programs. Welcome back to ArcNeo Reviews, and welcome back to Starscream Sundays. So, today's Starscream, very special one to me, actually, in terms of my collecting, as well as probably one of the cooler Deluxe class Starscreams, but that is the Generations, Armada Starscream. Yeah, this is actually a figure that I've had a couple people asking me if I was going to look at it or if I even had it. I have it. I'm looking at it. I love this thing. This is one of the... It's not the first, but when I transitioned from, like, I had 3 Transformers to I actually collect Transformers, this was one of the first ones that I got as part of that transition. This guy actually hung out with me my entire stay at college, and I love this thing. So, as you can see, does a really good job of looking like the Armada jet mode. Nice big Decepticon insignias there. Or, big. For its size, they're big. Really sleek jet mode, actually. You'll notice that it does not have just the arms hanging out underneath like the old one did. Overall, super clean, actually. He does have landing gear, fold out back here and up here. So you've got that if you want it, which is really nice. They don't roll or anything, they're just static, but they're there. They're awesome. They're nice to have. Now, with most Starscream figures, there always come repaints, and this guy had quite a number of repaints. However, the only repaint that I'm going to be looking at, because it's the only other one that I have, is actually also the strangest repaint, and that is the Generations Jiaxus. So, yeah, you get a little bit of a double feature here because we do have 2 figures based on the same mold. I will usually stick figures like that in the same video together. As you can see here, this guy is really crazy looking. He does have a completely new cockpit section, new wings. He's got big old... Those practically look like... I'm trying to... There's a real-world gun these are reminding me of, but I can't think of what it's called right now. But yeah, he's got nice big, machine guns under him instead of the swords that I'm going to be pulling out of the bottom of this guy's wings here in a second. New tail fin sections. There's a lot of new parts on him for being basically the exact same figure. On this guy, I will point out, yes, both of these figures do have Minicon ports on them. They don't do anything, but you can take your old Minicons from back in the actual Armada days and plug them onto these guys. As well as they do both have pressure missiles here in the back blaster section. When you start pushing up, it will just kind of notch them forward like that. Keep pushing, and these things will pop out with some kind of force, actually. It's kind of impressive. Let's go ahead, get it all loaded back in. And yeah, like I said, this guy does have swords hiding out under the bottom of his wings. We'll pull those out here in a second. First, we're going to go ahead and get him into robot mode. So, first thing you're going to want to do is unpeg the arms from the underside of the wings. Just kind of bring them forward, out of the way. Go ahead and fold out the hands while we're all right here. Go ahead and bring the legs apart a little bit. Bring them down. Rotate them into place. Go ahead and fold out the feet here if you can. A little tricky to get a hold of them sometimes, but do that. You go ahead and push these stabilizer fins up into the legs as well. Collapses them down, gives them a little bit cleaner profile to mess with. Bring this whole kind of spine section down. That will also push up his head while you're at it. Then go ahead and bring the nose down, and there's these two pegs here that act like they're trying to peg into that section, but they don't actually. They just kind of sit close to it. Also, do make sure you've got the head hiding panel folded away. But yeah, do that. Get things rotated into the right place. And there you've got Starscream in his robot mode. Going to already pull the option where you can move these flat against his back so that you can actually see his face. Yeah, this is such a cool figure. Really, really cool. I love this thing. I'm very nostalgic for it, I admit. So I can fight with my focus here. Posability on him is really, really good. The head is on a panel, so you get some up and down from that, as well as the actual ball joint in the head. Little bit of side to side, not much. You do get rotation. The wings are on ball joints, so you can move those kind of however you want. Got a rotation at the shoulder, which will interfere with the wings, so you don't have full range, but it's there, it's usable. The arms can come out, and there are actually little fillers here in the armpits even, which is nice. Rotation at the bicep, very stiff on mine, but it's there. 90-degree bend at the elbow. Nothing at the waist because of, how everything just kind of clamps together. Ball joint the hips so you can kick out, forward, back. Rotation right there underneath them. Super deep knee bend. Feet are molded at an angle like so many Generations figures were. And you can tilt the feet back and forth, as well as move the heel spur independently if you need to. Yeah, just overall, such a cool figure. Like I've mentioned already, he does have swords that store on the underside of his wings here. Go ahead and they just slide on over that little tab right there. There's a little slot there. Go ahead, straighten this out. One thing that's a little bit nice, actually, is that that piece doesn't actually completely close around the peg. So these aren't under as much pressure as a lot of clear weapons are, just from their construction. Which means hopefully these will actually, stand up over time better than a lot of clear weapons we've had on our figures over the years. But yeah, again, this guy is just so stinking cool. Really quick for comparison, here he is with Jiaxus, so you can see how his mold mate here shapes up. And yeah, those couple part changes that they made on Jiaxus do really, really give that figure kind of its own feel and look. Really quick, just so you guys know, the only differences in transformation here is the wings go down instead of flipping up forward. His little fins here are molded in place. They don't shift back into the knee. And there is a second hinge here in while you're folding up the nose of the plane. But yeah, another really, really awesome figure. I love those little vampire teeth they actually managed to get molded in there. This is a very tiny head, actually, so that is an obscene amount of detail for a head as small as that is. And yeah, both of these figures are fantastic. I know there's others. I think there's like a Ramjet. There's probably a Thundercracker or a Skywarp or something. Anytime they make a Seeker body, they make weird stuff out of it and a million things out of it. I just happen to have the Jiaxus remake, remold, whatever, which I think is especially weird because it's like this comics-only character suddenly getting a figure out of nowhere. Overall, though, yeah, both figures are super awesome. I majorly recommend them if you are able to find them for a decent price. And, yep, back to the grindstone I go. See you guys next time.